Hi there, my name is Heidi Williams. I am the mayor of the city of Thornton, and you're watching Thornton Now. I am here at the Fossil Ridge Public Safety Center with our esteemed Chief Olson from the fire department and Commander Reeves with the police department, and we're going to just talk to you a little bit about what this means for the residents of Thornton in regards to public safety. So I'm going to start with Chief Olson, and just tell us a little bit about what this means for fire response, EMS response, and really why you guys are so excited about having this fire department up and running.
Sure. We successfully predicted when the trigger point would be for this station, because we deploy our resources based on the ability to get to somebody's emergency in less than 10 minutes. And we try and get everywhere within 8 minutes. But to build a new fire station, we have to design and computer model a station that is within a geographic location that can get to us, to those citizens in the time. And that's based on population and the number of calls. And we're already finding that we're exceeding our expectations with the number of calls in this area, which is good for our entire community, because it also means that we aren't pulling resources from other areas of the community to handle this call volume.
And what kind of calls are you seeing as a general rule? Like what's your most common call that you guys respond to?
Clearly the most common call today in the fire service is emergency medical services. So we go on a lot of emergency medicine, probably 70%. We have the occasional fires from time to time, but that's a low percentage nowadays because of fire prevention efforts and some things like that. And then we go on rescues, we go on people that are locked out of cars or lock their children in cars, and some things that may require us to assist citizens in something unusual.
Awesome. Well, we really appreciate all that you're doing. And what about for police? What does that mean for not just the city up here on 134th in Quebec, but what does it mean for the entire city to have this new substation? Because this is our only substation. We just have the one main location down by City Hall. So
that's correct, Mary. As you know, with council's approval as well as yourself, over 2 years ago we started the implementation of 50 additional police officers. We found that was pretty taxing on our current facility we have. As well as the city grew out, we found that the resources that we have, such as if you had to make an arrest or if our guys had to down a car, we're literally losing 20 minutes down to the headquarters to do whatever business they needed, as well as 20 minutes back up. With the implementation of the substation up here, we're able to really focus the resources up into the north area. And after briefing or when guys get on their shift, they're immediately in their area, they're in their sector. And I think one of the positive things I found over the last couple months attending ward meetings, other community events, community meetings, I've heard overwhelmingly from the citizens about how they're seeing more officers up in the area. Just the presence alone is helping out. With our deployment strategy, it's helping us as far as handling the calls for service, doing it in a timely nature. We try to hold our officers to response times when they're going to particular calls so that we ensure that we meet the needs of the citizen, as well as we're having cars go out there and a number of complaints, of traffic complaints. It puts the guys right in the area. It gives them more ownership within this area. And the guys that work out of the substation, I mean, they really feel at home. They really feel like this is their community, and the citizens have really welcomed them into that community.
That's so amazing. Sometimes when you build a facility like this in a residential area, you get a lot of pushback. We just didn't see any of that because I think our residents understood that we really needed these services to be focused a little more up in this Ward 3 area. So we're really appreciative of that. I have to ask you guys, so of course I'm a girl, if you didn't notice, and we have a lot more women on both of your teams now, and I think that's just so exciting. Is that, do you think that's indicative that more women are getting into the industry? Is it because we've had so much recruiting efforts? What do you kind of attribute that to?
I would put a lot on our recruiting efforts. For one, it's very important to us to show the diversity in our community, and there's a lot of able-bodied people that we want to bring into the fire service. It's a unique career, particularly in the fire service, where you're working 24, 48-hour shifts. You're away from your family, and so really in the end the most important thing for us is to find people that can work with other people, that can fit into our fire service family.
What about you?
And Mayor, with ours, I mean, it's the same thing. It comes down to the recruiting. We find that there's an overwhelming need to have women in law enforcement, especially when you're dealing with females as far as arrestees. Some of the victims of crimes that are females, it becomes very sensitive in nature, and it really helps to be able to put that female into that role as far as a law enforcement officer taking that. We're very excited. Over the last few years, I've seen the interest amongst women in law enforcement really want to get into the field, and we have some excellent officers out there that I couldn't be more proud of.
That's great. Yeah, I've done a ride-along with one of your female officers twice, and it's so much fun because she's like super tough and cool, and I won't call her out because I don't want to embarrass her, but it's really fun. But I remember I was on a ride-along with her, and we were clear down getting ready to get fuel at the 84th fuel station down there, and we had a call clear up here, and it felt like it took forever to get up here to that call. And so I think what's really important to know is that we are spreading ourselves out a little bit better. We're not pulling as much as, unless we really have to, and I think that does make our city safer as a whole. And I want to go back to the diversity piece one last time. So council has been talking for years about having more diversity on our staff in general, not just fire and police, but on our staff in general. And I think we have a lot of opportunities in the city of Thornton to get to our kids and start talking to them about what does it mean to look at fire or police. What do you have for the youth? And obviously I know this question, the answer to this question, but what do you have for youth in the fire and then the police that they can maybe look at and go, maybe I'll try that out and see if it's for me?
Well, we've definitely introduced a lot of community outreach programs over the last couple of years. We reach out now to high school students and start coaching them right in high school to get their emergency medical technician certification. We set up opportunities for them to come ride with our units to learn what we do. We have a summertime program that allows the students to come in and be part of a 1 week long fire academy. And then our programs are expanding to where they can work as a summer intern and get some hours in for their service hours. And we hope to launch that into a long-standing fire corps program where students can come in and join the fire department and work with us for a number of years.
Great.
And Mayor, with ours, the police department, the focus of our chief has always been with the youth. It's to getting out there and bringing the youth in. He always called it the cradle to career. It's that intervention early on. And we have found a lot of good youth out there, and through our school resource officer program, it also expands to a hooked on fishing program during the summer. We also have an Explorer program that we recently brought up within the last couple of years, having youth partake in that. As well as in the department, we have brought on a cadet position. So we have 3 cadet positions currently, which not only offer them to get in, and this is a cadet position where they're going to school as well as then working part-time at the police department. So they're constantly seeing the insides and the workings of the police department, so they know if that's where they want to further their career. And I think through a lot of the outreach we've done with the youth, we've seen a lot of positive results in that over the last several years.
Yeah, I mean, we've had a real shortage of officers and firefighters to even recruit from. And so I know that when we recruited 50 new officers, our neighbors weren't always so happy with us because we were taking some of their officers. I was like, sorry, but we need them too. So, I mean, I think it's good that we're out there really talking to the youth. I actually talked to a lady that is the HR manager for CDPHE, our public health department, and she said that they're going out and starting at 8th grade because nobody grows up saying, I'm going to go work at the health department, right? But they really need these kids to start gaining an interest in kind of public service because we're losing that. So I appreciate all the efforts that you're doing. And obviously, if you have kids at home or grandkids and they have an interest in that, let them know to contact our fire police department because we do have great programs. My daughter wants to be an officer, so we'll get her in there as soon as she's old enough.
Oh, she's not old enough yet?
She's 13, so she's getting close.
I was gonna say, we're taking applications as we speak.
Oh, good. Well, that's good for everyone to know. Wonderful. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate you being here, and I think we're going to take a little tour, and we're going to walk to another part of the building that has something really special. I'm sure most of you can guess what that is, but we'll be back in just a few minutes to show you that. Thank you.
Oh, hello. Hey, thanks for being here. We're here to talk about Thornton's comprehensive plan.
¿Me pueden explicar más de lo que están haciendo? Hey Dad, what is that? The comprehensive plan is the vision for Thornton's future. It will help guide Thornton as we grow.
That's right! It helps make sure the city is providing the important stuff to the people that live here, like parks and safe places to ride my bike. I want great stores to buy toys and fun places to hang out with my friends.
¿Y el plan tiene que ver con cosas de adultos también?
Of course, Mom. Duh! Like safe streets and nice neighborhood and good police officers and firefighters. And the good guys always win and the bad guys always lose. Quality infrastructure, like great roads.
Esas son muy buenas ideas, pero ahora quiero que me digan lo que en realidad quieren ver en el futuro.
I want to know where I can land my flying car without crashing into buildings.
What?
Flying car, that's awesome. I want to fly to school. Me too.
2,089 bike paths.
Trampolines instead of sidewalks.
Like teleport to school? A flying car? An Eiffel Tower made out of gummy bears.
A chocolate fountain. Cookie dispensers instead of parking meters. Floating fire trucks.
Jet bikes. I want to see trampolines and not school.
Wow, those are some really big ideas. But you know what? Comprehensive planning is all about really big ideas. As the future moves forward, we need to think differently about our vision for Thornton, and we'd very much like you to be a part of building that vision.
I'm Mayor Heidi Williams. Thornton is starting the process of gathering input from our residents and businesses for our new version of Thornton's comprehensive plan. It's really important that we hear from you. Please consider helping us out. Here's how you can make your voice heard, and thank you so much for your time.
For more information, visit thorntontomorrow.com. On social media, use hashtag #OurThornton.
Well, welcome back. My name is Heidi Williams. I'm the mayor of the city of Thornton, and we're on Thornton Now. I just interviewed our chief of our fire department, Gordy Olson, and one of the commanders from our police department, Commander Reeves, and we talked a lot about this building, the Fossil Ridge Public Safety Center, and really kind of why we wanted to have this public safety building built, and it's really all about making sure the citizens are being served properly and getting to the parts of town that we need to without pulling resources from southern Thornton. So what happened in August of last year, of 2017, we had a phone call. I got a phone call from our city manager at the time, and he said, Mayor, we have a problem. They found a dinosaur bone. He might not have said it exactly like that, but that's kind of how I heard it. He was freaking out because this means, oh my gosh, we're gonna have to delay the construction, and this is, you know, really concerning that we have this, you know, dinosaur find. I was so excited. I said, are you kidding me? This is a dinosaur. I'm so excited that we have a dinosaur. I got a phone call from the CEO of the museum, and he said, no, Mayor, you have to come out. And so I brought my kids and my husband, and we came out, and we were able to dig a little bit for dinosaur bones, which, you know, that's really cool. Most people don't get to ever say that they did that. It's a very cool thing for the city and our citizens, and I can't wait for them to be able to see more of it. So this is one of the ribs right here. And they said very clearly, do not get close to that because it's very, very fragile. So I'm just trying to break some of this down and see if we can find anything else. But what it really meant to me was that, first of all, it put us on the map, right? People were calling us from other countries saying, oh my gosh, I heard about this dinosaur that you found. Well, then we found out that the dinosaur was very, very old, about 66 million years old. And at first they told us it was a Triceratops, but then what we found out later, once they really started cleaning the bones and working on those at the museum, they found out that it's actually a Torosaurus, and so that's a more rare find. So they say that this is the most complete Torosaurus that they have found, at least in the United States. And so the museum, of course, is thrilled. We're, of course, very thrilled. We have this really cool GIS map on our website that you can go to, and it overlays what's kind of happened over the past 66 million years. It would be great for adults, but also great for kids. So if you want to do that, you can go to the website listed below and check that out. You know, we have these really cool bones here on display at our Fossil Ridge Public Safety Center. right out at 134th in Quebec. We have the ability for you all to come in and check out the bones during business hours. You can just come right in the police side. And we're just really excited to have this open. I know our city council and myself and our staff have been really excited to have this happen. We've been working on it for a very long time. So we would just invite you to come out, take a look at the bones, say hi to our police officers and our firefighters, and obviously thank them for all the service that they do. But I just wanted to highlight that for you, and thank you so much for watching Thornton Now, and we're going to sign off. Thanks so much.